This is a story on how the tortoise broke his shell. Once upon a time, in the days when all animals still spoke the same language, there lived a tortoise named Mbeku. He was clever, perhaps too clever for his own good. Though admired for his sharp mind, Mbeku had a reputation for trickery and deceit. His smooth, unblemished shell shone brightly under the sun, but beneath it lay a heart full of schemes. He always sought ways to outwit others, often thinking himself invisible. One day, the forest animals chatted excitedly as a special messenger bird arrived with news of a great feast in the sky. The feast was to celebrate the unity of all creatures, and everyone was invited. Mbeku's eyes lit with interest. However, he had one problem. He was a tortoise, and tortoises do not fly. Mbeku sat beneath a large iroko tree, deep in thought. His mind raced with ideas until a sly smile crept across his face. "If I cannot fly," he whispered to himself, "I shall find a way to do so." He called for a meeting with the birds, his tone humble and pleading. "Dear friends," Mbeku said, putting on his most sincere expression, "I am ashamed to admit it, but I have fallen on hard times and have nothing to bring to the feast. Please, lend me a few of your feathers so that I may fly and share in the joy with you. I promise to represent our community with pride." The birds, who had never seen Mbeku so earnest, murmured among themselves. Finally, the kind-hearted parrot stepped forward. "We shall lend you our feathers, Mbeku," he declared. Soon, each bird contributed a feather, and Mbeku, adorned with wings, prepared for the journey. With newfound wings, Mbeku joined the birds as they soared into the bright blue sky. The wind rushed past him, and he felt a thrill unlike any other he has ever known before. The sky was alive with colors, the chirping of birds, and the anticipation of the feast. "Look at you," Mbeku thought, soaring like a king. But as he ascended higher, his eyes gleamed with a newfound greed. "Friends," he called out, "let us choose a name for ourselves, one that represents us as a family." The birds, charmed by the idea, agreed eagerly. "We shall be called All of Us," Mbeku proclaimed. The birds nodded, trusting their clever companion. The grand feast was beyond anything Mbeku had imagined. Platters of fruits, roasted yams, honey cakes, and fragrant dishes filled the table. The host, celestial beings with shimmering wings, stepped forward. "Who is this feast prepared for?" they asked. "It is for all of us," Mbeku declared. Stepping forward confidently, the birds watched in anticipation, assuming he would distribute the food. Instead, Mbeku took one platter after another, eating his fill and holding the finest dishes for himself. The birds exchanged looks of disbelief and anger. "Mbeku, what are you doing?" the eagle cried. Mbeku barely shrugged, his belly full and his smile smock. "This feast is for all of us," he said, "and I am the one representing all of us." The feast ended, and it was time for the animals to return home. The birds, still seething with anger, huddled together. "We must teach Mbeku a lesson," whispered the sparrow. One by one, they each took back the feathers they had lent him. Mbeku's eyes widened in panic as he felt his wings disappear. He looked around and saw the birds taking flight, leaving him stranded. "Wait!" he called, his voice cracking with fear. But the birds were already soaring back to the earth, their anger carrying them far away from his cries. Alone in the sky, Mbeku's heart pounding wildly, he looked down and saw the earth, so far below. "What have I done?" he muttered. Spotted a hawk flying below. He called out, "Hawk, please, deliver a message to my wife. Tell her to spread out the softest things in our home so that I may land safely." The hawk, feeling pity, agreed and relayed the message. But Mbeku's wife, not fully understanding the gravity of the situation, spread out mortars, pistol, and grinding stone, thinking he needed a solid place to land. Mbeku took a deep breath and let himself fall. The wind roared in his ears as he plummeted, and the ground rushed up to meet him. He landed with a tremendous crash on the hard objects his wife has laid out. His shell scattered into countless pieces, each crack a testament to his greed and deceit. Mbeku groaned in pain as he picked up the fragments of his shell, fitting them back together as best he could. His once smooth shell was now forever scarred, covered in jagged cracks. When the birds returned to the forest and saw Mbeku with his broken shell, they felt a mix of satisfaction and pity. Mbeku's pride has been shattered, just like his shell. From that day on, he moves more slowly, each step a reminder of his betrayal. "I have learned my lesson," Mbeku whispered to himself. "Deceit and selfishness only lead to pain." And so, the tale of Mbeku spread throughout the land. Animals told it to their young as a cautionary tale, a story to remind them that his true happiness and success comes from honesty, humility, and treating others with kindness. The moral of the story: the tale of Mbeku teaches us that deceit and selfishness comes with their consequences. Those who take advantage of the trust of others may find themselves alone and in peril when they need help the most. True happiness and success come from honesty, humility, and treating others with kindness. Thank you so much for watching and supporting me. See you in the next video.